Okay, well, I would start with a personal motivation. I love cars, and since COVID, and then Brexit in England, and then Ukrainian-Russian political unset out there, it became very difficult to find good spare parts. Then I moved to electrical vehicles, and it became even more complicated. It's not just for cars; it's for food, for every sort of international imports coming from overseas to sustain my life. So I've done some research on the west side in England, how we can get food from other porters than Russia and Ukraine, and then moved to automotive, moved to many other industries. Now this presentation covers more the Asian side, the east side. So I joined with a team in Pakistan, in Karachi actually, and we managed to get access to the Chamber of Commerce out there in Karachi, Pakistan, trying to examine how can we really automate and use AI, full power AI in supply chain in different industries, automotive, food, and services in Pakistan to enhance the optimization, make it perfect. So, it would make your life better, people's lives better out there in Pakistan as well. So I'm going to go through the steps of any research, typically rationale, problem, aim, methodology, findings, and contribution, perhaps future outcomes. And I guess everybody here would love to have their Amazon Prime ordering the appropriate item coming on time with high quality, no scratches out there. This would require comprehensive machine learning, neural networks for the logistics and supply chain companies to get things on the right time for you and with affordable prices. I want you to imagine in Pakistan, Karachi, containers are everywhere in the border areas, and they would need more of smart automation out there to manage things. Now, we've fallen in this dual modern dilemma when we use AI. Now, there is a push, a force towards, okay, use AI for smart analytics, get to know the customer needs, get to know the cheapest affordable path to deliver things, especially around, Russia and Ukraine area. So you need a safe path. It's needed for forecasting, and then hopefully you optimize things, make it efficient and affordable. On the other side, we have GDPR in England and in Europe. In Pakistan, it's even more layers of compliance and data privacy regulations. So this push and pull around adoption of AI and the smart supply chain is there. There is a research gap, I'm afraid, that usually studies cover this side, adopting AI for market forecasting, for smart things, prediction, customer understanding, and behavior. Others would see how restrictive is these privacy regulations to use of any sort of technology, and most importantly, AI, because it will learn from everybody. It could leak data, it could share data with people, especially if it is open source. So this clash out there is not covered. There is no such an integrative model that shows, can we really do both? Can we go for AI open source to automate supply chain while we manage privacy? Because privacy and data regulation here would lead to compliance. You either comply or you wouldn't operate. The governments wouldn't allow you to go on. So, this is the clash, and no study as far as we found from the literature review that covers both sides. So we had, this aim of investigating this relationship between market forecasting and optimization, and AI is in the middle as a sort of intermediary value. And then the effective adoption of AI itself, how it gets better with regulated privacy regulations, or sort of structural privacy regulations that make things a bit flexible, not mainly restrictive. So we have these two main questions. To what extent AI can mediate this relationship, forecast more, predict more, and then you optimize and make things efficient and affordable? achieve competitive advantage. To what extent is these data regulations, or we call them DBRs, enhance the effectiveness of AI adoption, allow everybody to trust sharing their data. Now, we are not talking about just end users, business companies, how they can share the maximum amount of information so the forecasting would be more effective and efficient. We reviewed alternative theoretical frameworks. Since I came from information system background and digital business background, we had innovation adoption, TAM model, other socio-technical models. But we thought we will go back to these classical theories, dynamic capability theory, and institutional theory. We had this integrative model where we see actually a sort of market forecasting is actually a sort of sensing capabilities, which is needed for many supply chain companies who want to achieve competitive advantage. So they need this sensing capabilities. As more as they have for sensing, they would need AI adoption. So this could be a positive force towards AI adoption. And AI itself would be a sort of this integrative tool to help doing the forecasting. In terms of data regulations, we consider this as a sort of external pressure, external regulatory institutional pressure, I would say. So our model would have a sort of this interplay, a sort of ecosystem between the internal needs for forecasting and need for adopting AI and the external pressure for compliance and other things. Okay, so we had these hypotheses, first two about dynamic capabilities from sensing to integrative capabilities, which is AI, and then institutional capabilities in terms of how data privacy regulation would, at the end of the day, improve the effectiveness of AI adoption and in turn, optimization of these global supply chain. We had a random sample, a questionnaire that had been allocated to 211 supply chain experts from Karachi Chamber of Commerce into different sectors of industries and services. We adopted the structural equation modeling and, we built the constructs and here we go. Now, quite interesting, we had two, types of results regarding market forecasting. We found it strongly predicting the need for AI adoption in Karachi and Pakistani industry, manufacturing industries, much more, with significant p-value. AI seems to strongly enhance the optimization of supply chain with a p-value of 49%. This intermediating path of AI balancing between forecasting and optimization seem to have, significant statistical evidence out there. So based on this, we accepted and we confirmed the first and second hypothesis. Now, the interesting stuff is that we found that data privacy regulation actually works as more of a positive player, positive factor, because what we found in Pakistan, once they have this structural data privacy framework, which is bottom up, it enhances the trust and the transparency from end user and from business users. And this will improve the quality of forecasting and lead to optimization. So quite interestingly that we found in this unusual context of compliance in Pakistan that data regulation, if it is flexible and well structured from bottom up, it actually enhances the adoption of AI and enhances optimization. So empirical contribution, we do advise any company who invest in AI for supply chain is to consider this internally and externally and build a governance model, play with the data privacy regulation, not against it, don't take it as a threat, understand it and adopt it in a good way. Theoretically, this socio-technical capabilities framework is more integrative. It links between the internal part and the external institutional pressure. In the future, we do advise people to have more integrative models when it comes to AI adoption in supply chain. Yeah, thanks a lot for your listening, and I'm here for any more questions. Okay, Lady Chair, audience, any questions, please?